He's actually going up against a rather
Yoomoo.
Yoomoo is
Yay.
okay. Yoomoo low key, he's legit. Like
Yeah, Yoomoo is very legit.
Yoomoo is scary sometimes. Like I remember when I
haven't seen
first
him in
saw
a
his
while.
Marth. I think it was at Hidden Bosses, I believe, or one of the
That's right, yeah.
yeah, it was at one of the Hidden Bosses.
Mercy button check here.
And Yoomoo just pulled out some of the crazy stuff. Like, this is at a period before Marth really wasn't on the rise to prominence as he was.
Yeah.
He was showing stuff off that, yo, you were gonna, you now like see on all Marths like 4 or 5 months down the road, and I'm just like, yo, that's sick. And now like,
Yeah, and now you see it
and now you see it.
Yeah,
But,
it's always cool to see, you know, play mains that were actually a lot of the famous Marth mains were true since the beginning of the game and pioneers of their character before he was, you know, seen as viable in the meta. And Yoomoo's been playing for a long time. I haven't seen him out, so it's really good to see him. Fox and Marth.
It's gonna be an interesting battle here.
I'm
because,
trying
like,
to move away from, especially like commentary's sake, but in general, trying to move away from saying matchups with numbers or like giving it like it's a
You
statistic.
really can't tell anymore, can you?
You can.
You really can.
And I think this one's kind of close enough where it's not really worth it to say someone gets bodied, you know.
Yeah. It really all comes down to which character advantage can use against which. Like, Marth has the disjoints and the range to just kind of keep Fox at bay. Meanwhile, Fox has the speed to kind of get around some of those lagging moves.
And that's important to be able to get around some things because a lot of Marth players, you can just stand there and wall a lot of the cast out. And roll is like, you know, the only thing they can do sometimes, and if you know that, you can punish.
Oh, nice angle on that to avoid the down air.
Yeah, it gives up stage control, but we're back in neutral. And yeah, I was just saying,
You know, I'm starting to open up the taps right now. Starting to find the weaknesses in the wall, and just he's not even trying to press buttons. He's just running past it in an effort to just get on the other side so he can get as much damage as possible.
And Yoomoo showing patience, not just charging something at ledge when Dom is on the ledge. Marth can have really good air, coverage on ledge, and his range is something that's so usable. So good to see you.
Oh, and nice read on that. Get up.
Yeah,
Dom just throwing it out.
Also, Dom, when he edge guards, he's like a balance of all of Chicago's. Like, some Chicago's only go for those smashes, some only go for ledge trump, some only go for, like, forward air footstool. He kind of does all of that.
Yeah, he's a little bit of mix of it all, and you're seeing it in play right there. Like, coming back on that first attempt to get back onto stage, he actually, instead of just trying to go straight for ledge, because he knew that Yoomoo has been calling him out on a lot of his options. He just instead, like, you know, I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to do the same option.
Nice up
That was some really good reactions.
Yeah.
In high-pressure situations, it's actually really hard to pull that off.
And especially he was in shield, right?
Yeah. Like, jump canceling that up B out of shield and knowing when to, you know, keep it safe. That's something that, but he's right about Yoomoo. He's got to be careful with his landing. Gets back on the stage. Really nice.
Nice side B. Go for the, right to ledge.
And again, it's one of these things where Dom is kind of falling for the Fox fallback is if you're close to him, just try to throw out the up tilt and see if it hits. But the problem is that if it's on shields, he's just getting punished with side B a lot.
And yeah, Marth has the range to punish so many things. Like, the frame data might not always be there, but the range is, you know, it kind of eliminates a lot of what you might consider spacing.
Oh, it catches him on
Catches him with it raw. Waited. That was very nice patience from Yoomoo.
That was just textbook.
I like what
catching
he does.
Landon right there.
I like what he does with smashes. He didn't throw out one up smash that entire game until the end. He didn't throw out any up Bs. You know, if you're getting up aired or comboed, it's really tempting to throw out that up B, but you don't always know, is it worth it? Like, can he just hit me again? Is it predictable? And
yeah, that's the challenge, man. Like, you gotta find your areas to know when you're safe to escape, and then you either use that to run back, get some some air in your lungs, and get your head straight, or you got to use that to convert some more damage.
Yeah, and I don't actually know how much Dom plays. I know he's been pretty MIA as of late, busy with school and life. But I don't know if he plays against Marth a lot either. So I wonder if he feels a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, in this second game, he's actually doing much better than this first game.
Yeah.
He's opening up the taps right now, got 72 damage, but he's got to be careful. Like, those little situations right there. He. Oh, no, and he got it. Another tipper.
Those are the buffs that make us mad. You know, when you're fighting that is what does not feel good to get hit by that.
Now Yoomoo is looking to put Dom into losers at round 3.
Right. But Dom he has a very strong emotional mentality. I talk to him a lot about mentality. It's something I like a lot, and he's very he's a student. He's always a student of his own mind, and he's always thinking, how can I adapt here? How can I not get so worried? Like, just relax. He's good at that.
And you can see some of that aggression like starting to show itself a little bit right now. You can tell that it's helping him out a little bit. He's starting to rack back that damage.
Yeah, he's brought this back to even. You know, a game that he was losing, now this is even, and he says, all right, I don't have to do so much anymore.
Hanging back, but once again, it's those just small overcommitments where normally if you space it right, you'd be perfectly fine, but Yoomoo's just capitalizing on just unsafe scenarios.
A lot of the time, what I like to do, I don't know if this is optimal, obviously, but it...
Oh, no. He missed the angle back to the ledge.
I wasn't going to say that. That's winners. It's winners.
Yeah, it's winners. I mean, sometimes you just got to take those.
Yeah,
like,
but we can't take anything away from Yoomoo. I mean, that SD is
oh, no,
an
Yoomoo,
SD, but...
Yoomoo has his, Yoomoo's legit.
Yeah,
like,
I was just going to talk about Yoomoo and how he was playing Marth with sort of the idea that if you approach Marth, he's kind of just going to sit there and shield because he can, or throw out a hitbox that is large, and he's really good at that spacing. So you have to be really careful when you're playing footsies with Marth, otherwise you're going to get punished really hard. And if you're just in the threshold of almost for your move, but not enough, the odds are that's also like tipper range.
Yeah, Marth is basically the character that's just 100%. You have to make sure that your spacing is correct, because if there's just one thing that is not safe on a shield, you can just go to town, man.